So good morning everybody. This is Marina. There was someone wanted to see my garden, so this will be a non-makeup related video, and I thought I will start from the street. Dirt road. I live on the country, and that's my neighbor. That house is empty. She died a while ago. As you can see, you can hardly see our house in the summer because of all the trees. And if you walk closer, you can see the bench under the birch trees that we sometimes sit under there and have coffee or sparkly wine or something. That big tree is an apple tree, and these are very old. They're from the 50s, so we will replace them because they're hideous and ugly and about to fall apart. And that's our front door up there. Also the stairs with the white railing is also going to be replaced with a wooden stair, like the stairs up to our front door. And this is a what do you say, pears fruit. And this is when you come by the car. This is our parking lot, driveway, or what do you say? That's my hubby's car. My car is in there, and this is trash can. Not much to see. This is where we grow our potatoes. And in this one, it's horse shit. Behind that white door, this is the garage, but this is where, in the white door, my youngest daughter lives in there. When she's at home, she's mostly with her boyfriend. This is an area where we quite don't know what to do with, because I want a patio. Right now it's just junk, garden junk. My hubby wants to dig a hole in the ground, and I don't know what you call that in English, but if you do, you know, like a roof and a door, and you dig yourself down, and it will be like 10 degrees all year round, and you can keep your food in there, vegetables and potatoes and things like that. This is where I'm trying to do some type of woodland, but I'm failing miserably. And this is behind the greenhouse. I tried to do I grow a lot of herbs, but right now it just looks a mess because the weed is taking over. And our greenhouse, I think I've shown you this before. Tomatoes and cucumbers. These are so tasty. Yellow tomatoes. I love them. And this is grapes. Not that we have a lot down there, can you see? Yeah, and cucumbers. This is a coffee plant. As you can see, there's a lot of stuff that is about to die. This one, I do not know the word in English, but it got flowers that looks like little hearts hanging on these, like hearts on a thread. So they hang down like and we call them lieutenant's hearts because the flowers looks like little hats, heart shaped hats. These are my favorites. Well, I have a lot of favorites, mainly because they remind me of my grandmother. And these, don't know the name in English. And the other part of my herb, trying to grow herbs. And the beehives. That's my hubby's doing. Rhubarbs, they're not eatable anymore. I will chop them down. I have some in my freezer, but those are no good anymore. Too late in the season. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. So the beehives, my hubby likes to fix with them. And don't know what you call that in English. Now we're on the back side of our house. These are blueberry plants. One has died and 3 more over there. They're really small still. Planted them last year. And this is also watermelon, I think it is, but we won't get any melons. This was a fail. This is one single plant. The plant is very big, but no melons. Too difficult to grow that in this country. And this is basically empty. Asparagus. And over there things have died. This is black currant bushes. And I don't know if you say red currant, but we call them the same. It's just black or red over there. And these, don't know what you call these. But that one needs to be, we need to pick the berries off. I love these. Yummy. Oh, look at the sunflowers. So carrots, sugar sprouts, I think you call them, and just flowers. Onions, a different type of onions, beets and stuff. And our greenhouse, this is my olive tree. And these are a fail. They refuse to bloom. I will open, we have forgotten to open the greenhouse. So, I do not know what you call these, but we call them like jungle cucumber. I can see there will not be any this year. They're really tiny and this one isn't ready yet. I can't focus. Oh, never mind. Tiny, tiny cucumbers that you eat like... You don't eat them like cucumber, you eat them like something else. Strawberries that are climbing strawberries. They already had strawberries on them, now they're blooming again, but I don't think there will be any strawberries again. It's too late. More sugar sprouts, sugar snaps. No, what do you call them? Sugar something. Really tasty. Onions, zucchini, a lot of zucchini, peppers and stuff like that. And this is peppers, can you see? And all this thingy, I will go backwards. You see this here? This is one single plant. It's Halloween. Do you say pumpkin? I don't think we will have one. We have, because they keep falling off, but we have one that is really large. Can you see it in there? Focus. It's like a smaller ball. It won't be very big, but it was nice trying, and it's huge. Oh, can you see in here? One too, but you see my hand, it's not very big. This is I don't know what you call this. We call it mangold. It's a type of spinach, but it's better than spinach, I think. You can make soup, you can have it in your salad, you can do whatever you want. More strawberry plants. Yeah. It's a bit messy in here. Can you see that? My olive. Do you think I can press a bottle of olive oil? So this is the backside of our house. And up there are our neighbors. And this whole area that you see now on the back of our house, basically the part you can see now, we're actually borrowing from our neighbors. It's not our property. The line goes with these bushes, so our property is only this tiny little part, and then we have the front. But they never used it, so we were talking about buying it, and they say, oh, you can use it. So we have fixed all of this, and we give them some honey and some tomatoes and stuff like that as thank you. They don't want to get paid. We thought we could rent it, but they didn't want that. So that's really nice of them. And this is our raspberry plants. They have only been here for a year or two, so not a lot of raspberries yet. It will be in a couple of years. And so now we're on the part that we own. So this white box outside the house is really hideous and ugly, and it's not isolated, so insulated, or how do you say? It's freezing cold in the winter, as cold as it is outside, because it's not closed, and darn hot in the summer. So there are very few days a year that we can sit and eat in there. So eventually we'll tear this down and build a proper room, and it will be the dining place where we will sit and eat and have our meals. But it's so ugly and badly built, so we will tear it down at first and rebuild it. And then we will take up a hole in the wall in the inside, so we can get directly into the kitchen from that room. Yeah, and that thing needed some love and care. These hideous things. It was nice. These are some kind of bluebells, and they kind of take over the whole thing. I don't know what you call these flowers, but I'm sure you recognize them. Clematis in Swedish. And some people say clematis, some say clematis. I don't know which is right. And that one on the corner is a honeysuckle. Blooms with orangey, really pretty flowers. So, and this is the street up to our neighbors. And this is, that bush is red roses, they're over now. But the bush is really pretty when it's blooming. So I need to do something about this one. The fence is broken. So next summer we are going to build a new fence, or my hubby is going to build it in sections during the winter. So when the spring comes, we will have ready sections painted and done to put up, because the fence is kind of lying down. It was like this when we moved in 4 years ago, and it's time to fix it. That's an do you say elderly tree? Elderly, you know the elderly wand in Harry Potter. Same tree. Yes. And this thingy, like a tent or what you call it, pavilion or something, we sit and have breakfast and dinner and stuff like that when weather allows us to. Don't know what you call this one, but it's pretty. And this has been having white flowers on it. They're gone now. And that tree, Rhododendron, I don't know what you call it in English. Swedish rhododendron. Big pink flowers on it in the early summer, beginning of June. And that's the bench and the birch trees again. I walked in a circle around the house. Pretty flowers. Tiny but pretty. There's not a lot blooming, as I said. Some bits are, but not a lot compared. In the springtime, before all of this gets bigger, there's a whole kind of rug with pretty spring flowers, you know, these small tiny ones that are close to the ground, in blue and white, and they're so pretty. I don't know what you call them in English. So I need to do something about this area because the weed is taking over. And this is a rose bush. We call it honey rose. I don't know the English word. Lavender down there. It's got white roses with a yellow center to them, to the flower. It's really pretty and it smells divine. And I have some ladybugs. This is also a hideous thing. I don't know why they have done this. All of this was like this when we moved in. And that little squared ugly box in the middle, I don't know what it's supposed to be because it's hideous. And the only thing growing in the middle of it is, you know, this thing you should have on the ground, and it covers the ground if you want to cover up something. It gets small blue flowers on them in the early summer, spring, early summer. It's not supposed to be in a box, it's supposed to be, you know, if you have a kind of a woodland area or under a bush or something to cover the ground. So why is it in a box? I don't know. So here's our apple tree. The apples are not eatable, they taste absolutely nothing, and they have a consistency that is not nice, so we throw them all away. Unfortunately, the tree is pretty old. I like old pretty trees. You know, when you can see on the barge, do you say barge? That it's old. I like that. And here are my pride and joy. Can you see those flowers? They are big. No. It only got 2 stems this year. Sometimes there are a whole lot of stems. I love it. It's called, we say palm lily. I guess that's not the correct name in English, but yeah. And so that's the front area. And I will go around. If I go down, you know I showed you the gate when you can get into, or there's my mailbox. A lot of pretty packaging has been in that mailbox. So this thingy, kind of a, what do you call this? This thing, my hubby built it a couple of years ago, and we planted this. Is, if I can get this one to bloom, I will be the happiest person. It's a Wisteria. In Swedish it's blåregn, that means blue rain. But they say it's hard to get it to bloom, and I only had it for like 2 or 3 years. I didn't even think it would survive the winter, but it did. Because they haven't been hardy in Sweden at all, so I think they have, what do you say, invented one that can survive our winters. And at the beginning they were only hardy in the southern parts of Sweden, but now I found one up here and I'm so happy for that, and I'm just praying for it to bloom one day, because the flowers on that one are absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And my pear tree. Can you see the pears? You can see them on the ground. They're really small. Not done yet. Yeah, and so that's my front door. Kitchen to the left, sorry. And if the weather is bad, or if it's so hot we can't stand it in the sun, or in that tent I showed you, we will be sitting in here. Because here it's cooler and you can get away from the sun. And also in the evening, if it's a bit chilly. Hi, my hubby. And we have light candles, and we have this light thingy in the roof, and eventually we will paint this white because it's a bit gloomy in here. This was also here when we moved in, and you see that, I need to show you. It's a shame it's not blooming because it's gorgeous. Look at the tree. It's covering the whole thing, and the whole, backside there. When it blooms, it's absolutely fantastic. It's all white. So it's actually, one of the walls is only that tree. And it covers the whole side in there. So it's a bit dark and gloomy in here, but it's nice to have, and we will fix it eventually. And that one is not supposed to be there, but it is. This hedge we planted a couple of years ago, so it's still just a baby hedge. You can't see it because it's in the shadows. Yeah, and the little bunnies. That's Turbo. Hey Turbo. Hey Turbo. Hey. No, he don't care. And this is, he doesn't have a name, but we call him Kalle. Kalle is a nickname for Carl in Swedish. Hi! You're in your water bowl. Why are you in your water bowl? And this is Molly. Molly is a bit shy and don't like to be cuddled. She always runs away if you try to grab her. So we walked in a big circle around the house, and now this is a not so fun place. We will fix it, but still, since we still and always doing work at our house, there are always a lot of dirt and stuff that will be thrown away outside those doors. So not eventually, a long time ago, when this house was new, this was the garage, that part. So you had a driveway down here, and you can drive your car in, so that's the garage, but now it's not, as you can see from the door. It's my hubby's workshop. We will eventually fix the door so it will be the same as my door, who is there. Can you see? There he is. He don't like to be in. I better go. And if you go in here, this is my place, and you've seen that already. Yeah, my workshop. He is fixing with the heating system, so we have done a lot. It's almost done. Well, not yet, but there's the old radiators. We threw them out yesterday. Do you remember seeing this sitting above my bed? Hideous things. I'm so glad they're out, and we will fix some more modern radiators. So that's the next step in our fixing up the heating system, to put modern radiators up. Yeah, so this is it. That was my garden tour, and well, a bit around the house. I hope you enjoyed it. We have a lovely day. I will be out in the garden, and later on maybe I will do a look. So thank you for watching, and you have a nice day, evening, wherever you are. Take care of yourself. Be careful out there. Bye bye.